everyone, welcome to another episode of the New Vision Podcast, episode 12. We are your hosts, Jordan
and Christian.
And we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Ain't that right, Christian?
I don't know if I'd say a lot. That's kind of making expectations a bit high there, man. But we do have some very interesting...
We have good stuff.
We do have some very good stuff. We have a really cool thing we can kind of celebrate in a way. Is we have a very recent piece of news that came out is that Elliot Page has come out as transgender. Says his pronouns are he/they, perfectly fine. And yeah, you know, a lot of people are seeing it as a big win for the trans community and stuff. What is really cool about this, I think, for people like us that are cisgender people, is we can take these kind of things as an opportunity to learn about something that we don't have personal experience with. Mm-hmm. Now, I had a really good friend who is a transgender male, but apart from that, I haven't had any real experience with the matter. Mm-hmm. What I can say is that one of the interesting things that I've learned recently about this is transgender. It's not a noun; it's an adjective. So like, you know, someone could be of course a transgender male, transgender female, etc., etc. But no, I think it's a good opportunity in general for us to kind of be able to, you know, learn about that kind of thing, and that's something that I'm trying to do personally, because there are things about it that I don't quite understand. Like I'm fully like supportive of him doing that. Like, you know, great, he's being his authentic self, he's being who he is on the inside. That's good, that's great. What I don't understand, or what I have confusion about, what I would like education on, is how do we go about things like speaking about their past. Like, do we say, you know, Elliot Page's breakout role was Juno in 2007, which, yes, that's accurate. But if you're going to talk about then the character that he played, because he played a female at the time, and he played a woman, he played a teenage girl who was, was dealing with an unexpected pregnancy and all this stuff. But, you know, and then he also played Kitty Pryde in the X-Men First Class and the subsequent movies and stuff. And I believe he was at least playing a female character in the Umbrella Academy.
Yep.
So when you have things like that, because there's a concept in the community called dead naming, which is where you're like, you don't refer to him as Ellen Page, because he's not Ellen Page, he's Elliot Page. Mm-hmm. That's fine, I understand that, that's respectful. What I don't understand is how you appropriately refer to. So I had a whole thing written about this. Let me go ahead and find. I actually asked this on a. I put a comment about this on a YouTube video talking about this, because I'm genuinely curious, and I trust the community that this YouTube video was on to legitimately educate me, because whoops, let me go ahead and find. Okay, so here's what I said. Now, and by the way, I'm not gonna find Elliot's post on Twitter that he made about this or anything, because people have been doing that to death, and that's great, that's fine. That's just not what I'm gonna do. Anyway, so I had put a thing about this where I said I'm curious about some things here. You know, I'm not wanting to put anyone down, because I'm not. But I am legitimately, you know, like, I don't know, it almost seems like if you're to refer to someone like Elliot here, who, you know, as who they were, for example, in their previous work, then wouldn't you need to do so by their previous name for that given context? Like, shouldn't you kind of say, you know, Ellen Page, when talking about Juno, the Umbrella Academy, etc., etc., or there was a debacle with a character in the David Cage game, Beyond Two Souls, where a character looked like Ellen Page, and I think she like sued because they like took her likeness or whatever. But now that Elliot identifies as a transgender male, how do you go about I don't know how do you go about having that kind of discussion? Now, what I will say is there are people that kind of like take that and look at it where they say things like, especially there are like kind of women that are TERFs, as we've previously spoken about, where how Elliot had come out as lesbian before when he was presenting female, and some people are like, oh, they were lesbian, now they're trans. We lost another one. This is someone who represented lesbians. Now it's someone who represents trans people.
We lost another one.
It's a weird concept in that regard. But and then my other question is like, if someone dated someone before they came out as trans, and they were referring to that past relationship, how should that situation be handled? Would it be appropriate to say, I dated them when they presented as female / as a woman? I think that would be perfectly fine. Now, I guess really this is an extension of the first question, in all honesty. But I'm just curious about that, because like myself, I don't see myself being in that kind of position, mind you. But I do. I date women. I'm attracted to women. If I dated someone who came out as trans before, it wouldn't be accurate for me to say I dated a man, because I didn't. I dated them when and I kind of feel like it's a bit wrong if I were to say like, well, they made me think they were a woman. Like that's kind of like fucked up. That's like,
they tricked me.
Like that's fucked up too. So like that's now I've heard a comparison where people have said like, well, we have this concept with ages and with when someone changes their name from, say, they get married, or they're a woman who gets married and things like that. That's fine, because yes, you do change, people change names and stuff like that. But the difference is that what it seems to me, the difference in this regard is like, with when it comes to someone who comes out as trans, it seems as though we're supposed to act like they never were how they presented previously. Like that person just didn't exist. Like there never was, in this case, there never was an Ellen Page. And I don't understand. And I don't. I don't understand the trans experience. Like I really don't. That's not my lived experience. That's I don't understand it. So my whole thing on this is, truly, it's a difficult thing for me to wrap my head around. So, no disrespect intended. I only ask these kind of things so that I can learn, so that I can better love people. Because that's a big thing for me, is I want to love people to the best of my ability. And for example, I have two siblings. One who has come out to me as a non-binary person, and another one who has come out to me as a they never specifically came out to me as transgender male. They one time said, I think what they had specifically said was they think they're male and they were thinking of changing their name. I do need to speak with them about this more specifically to get more clarity. But like, I don't know, it's just a strange thing to me. It's like, you can't, and then I will say though, because I've seen people saying that like, well, they commented on this like article or this video, it was this video on YouTube from like 2 or 4 years ago or something, where Elliot Page had previously come out as lesbian back when he was and this one person was like, you guys should change the title in this, because it referred to him as Ellen Page. And my thought on that is, I do think the right thing to do is to, of course, moving forward, yes, he's Elliot Page. but you don't have to like change. You don't change history. You don't go back and change every single article that's been like article and video and stuff to, you know, you can, if you can do something like that with like IMDb, for example, they have updated his biography to reflect what he is. And that makes sense because his biography is reflecting who he currently is. But you're talking about what someone was before. I don't know. It's just, like I said, it's something that I can't personally wrap my head around, and I would love to learn. But I think that's the key thing. Is I know there's going to be people that will kind of jump down people's throats about this and be like, well, you should know. And it's like, well, no, I want to know. Please
teach me.
Right, exactly. And what I will say to anybody that will kind of, I guess, get triggered and their immediate response will think that anyone who just simply wants to ask questions, like what I'm trying to do here, is being a bigot, please understand that when you do treat people like that, you're only pushing them further right. You're pushing them further away from your own ideologies and beliefs and things of that nature. And that's going to have the exact opposite impact of what you want. Because if someone's going to legitimately ask questions, then they're going to be like, well, you're not respecting me because you don't understand. No, that's the exact opposite, you know. But if you say that to someone, then they're going to think, well, clearly they're, you know, I don't want to have anything to do with them. I don't want to know now, you know, that kind of thing. So that is.
And there's another person lost.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, exactly. We lost another one. So I think it's just important on both sides to just really, you know, I don't know, I really push for like love, understanding, and communication in all things. So I think that's the big to do about that, you know, the big thing. I realize I just like rambled on and you didn't have any. Do you have any thoughts on that? Because
I mean, like, I know from personal fact, I don't have any trans friends. Mm-hmm. I've actually never even known a person who was transgender.
Right.
So I don't know how that dynamic.
So you're very removed from it.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I mean, like, you know, I would love, because I have a lot of friends that are bi, a lot of friends that are lesbian.
Right.
Some friends that are gay. You know, I have a whole slew of different people.
Right.
That I'm friends with, but for some reason. And I want to have a friend or two, you know, just so I can understand how they think.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Of, you know, transgender. Because,
yeah, that's great.
I mean, hey, you know, good stuff, you know.
No, I'm in that same, but I want to have like people of all kind of different walks of life, so I can understand like where they're coming from in different situations. Mm-hmm. I don't want to have a you know, maybe not all walks of life, because if someone's like a pedophile or something, I don't really want them as a friend. But, you know, anyone who's like, you know, homosexual friends, transgender friends, non-binary, you know, all these different, because, you know, the world is such a vast place, like full of, and it's really cool to have different views on different things. What I will say is, because I know there are people, like one of the most famous people who's like infamous for doing this on YouTube especially, Blair White. There are plenty of people who gatekeep being trans, and it's the same thing with people who gatekeep really gatekeep being anything, where there's people that think like, oh, well, you're not a real, you know, you don't pass enough, or you're not a real, you know, trans person because of X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And in the case of someone like, what I have heard about, and I don't know if this is what Elliot's doing specifically, but what I have heard about this is that oftentimes when people transition, they will refer to themselves as non-binary, because at the time they're transitioning, they don't really fit either male or female. Yeah. And I understand that. You know, I think that's fair. That's legitimate. I just know, like, personally, you know, I've come across, like, quite honestly, I've come across so many, like, mainly online, but I've come across so many like good YouTubers and stuff that are trans. I remember I came across people and I'd be like, yeah, you definitely are like male, or you definitely are female, even if they weren't assigned that at birth. And you know, there were just some people that I had seen that just like completely like blew my mind. I had no idea it could be this good. Like people could be that, you know. So it was a very interesting, I don't know. But, you know, and it is important also when people like Elliot can come out about something like this because of the social status that they have, because they're already someone in the like public eye.
Yeah.
And he mentioned in his tweet about it that he's aware of his kind of privilege in the fact that he's already famous in different things, and you know, and that's valid as well. But I don't know. It's very interesting, you know, and very much like you. Yeah, I wanna have people of all different walks of.
Yeah, because for instance, when I was a young boy, teenager, I think I was like 13 or 14. I had a friend who was, you know, or not who was, but who is gay.
Right.
And yeah, so I think it was like a Friday at school during lunchtime. You know, we were all sitting with our friends, talking, chatting, whatever, and he brought up the an event that he's going to, a wedding, and he was going to a gay wedding. Okay. And me, in my very naive self, I was like, oh, so, you know, are you guys gonna have like a gay wedding, like very all that kind of stuff? And he's like, no, it's just. It's a wedding. Yeah. It's not a gay wedding. It's a wedding, but I'm like, but you know, are you gonna have this gay and that gay? And he's like, no, it's a regular wedding, but with, you know, two guys, you know, getting married. And I'm like, really? He's like, yes, it's a regular wedding. It's not.
There's a great bit about
like,
that.
Oh, so now.
Yeah, there's a great bit about that from Key and Peele because they're like. When do we hold hands and sing the YMCA? And they're like, never. It's just a wedding.
Exactly. So I was like, oh, okay.
Do we have to participate in the anal sex? No. What? No. No one's gonna. No one's gonna.
No, but So before we go on to anything else, I want to take a couple moments to give a shout out. To everyone that's listening. As you know, COVID has stopped everything, like for like artists, concerts and all that kind of stuff, and no one's been able to do an actual concert with people around them. You know, everyone's been doing like these live, like from, you know, that kind of stuff. So my good friend Andy Mineo, he's doing, out of the whole 2020, he's having one show, and he's like, yo, I need everyone, literally everyone, to go to it, and it's 12:23 on a Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time and 5 p.m. Pacific Time.
So what's the actual date?
12/23.
Oh, December 23rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so what?
Of 2020 this year. Okay.
Yeah, so 2 days before Christmas Day. 2 days. So all y'all who listen to Andy Mineo or even know who I'm talking about, support him, please.
That reminds me, he's doing like a Christmas themed show.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So that years ago, this was, oh my God, back in, what, like 2009 or something? 2010? Something like that. Maybe 2011. I don't know. Drake Bell had a Christmas live stream that he did on Christmas Day from his living room, where he got with a friend and they just played a bunch of songs. Most of them weren't actually. Some of them were Christmas songs. Most of them weren't. I think it was 2000, but it was on Christmas Day, and it was just a live stream of that, and I don't know, it's interesting when people do, I don't know, live stream performances. I've mentioned before, you know, All Time Low's been doing theirs as well, which but they're not playing live in front of the camera. All the footage is pre-recorded, so it's a little bit different in that regard. But and that actually, I'm curious about that. Is Andy's specifically, is that live? Like, is he going to be performing everything live? Yeah. Or is okay?
Well, like actually on a stage with people around, not just doing it from, you know, the internet or anything that. Yeah. But cool. So. I mean, I know I'm gonna try to go to it. I actually need to text him and
Wait,
find out.
Go to it? You mean
like an actual go-to?
Oh, really?
Like you drive.
It's gonna be in Florida. Is he in Florida?
I think it's in Atlanta.
That's
Georgia.
Georgia. Yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah. I mean, if you can swing that, go for it.
But So, if you have nothing to do, if you're bored, there's something to go to. And
what kind of, for people that don't know, what could they be expecting from this type of show?
Well, on the post he sent to me, it said that it's a combination of.
But can you, by the way, can you talk about this yet? Like, has he unveiled it yet? Can you talk about this?
I can't talk about the songs.
No, but like, is he ready for people to hear about this yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm just making sure.
So
you're like, the post he sent me. I'm like, oh shit.
Well, no. So he told me, he's like, you can give this you can tell people about it.
Yeah.
But the one thing you can't tell are the songs.
The set list.
Like, oh, this is what's going to be on yada yada yada. But he's like, you can tell like what place it's going to be at. All that kind of stuff. So he said that it's going to be, which I find pretty interesting and really cool, is it's going to be a combination of Saturday Night Live, just a regular old concert, and then like there's going to be SNL, a live concert,
right,
and a Christmas variety show.
Wouldn't the SNL part be the variety show?
I don't think so.
Because SNL is a variety show. It's a sketch comedy.
Yeah, but it literally just says right here, it's like a mix of Saturday Night Live, a concert, and a classic Christmas variety show.
Okay, that's pretty dope. Sure.
So, and he's gonna have, Marty from Social Club, Words Played, 1K Few, Lecrae, and No Big Deal with him.
I don't know who No Big Deal is.
Yeah, he's just not really like mainstream artist. He's kind of in like the he's not really that famous, but some people
I get it.
I get it. But if you don't know who those people are, look them up. But he told me tell everyone and so
okay. Well, there you go. Now
because that's one of the main venues on making money.
Yeah, of course.
Income. So so that's my shout out. Go to it.
So drop it one more time. What is it actually like? What is it called and the date and all that?
So it's the Friends and Family Christmas Special.
Okay.
A night of music, comedic sketches, surprise guests, and more. And it's going to be on 12/23 on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time and 5 p.m. Pacific Time.
All right, there you go.
But I don't know where it's going to be.
That doesn't matter. This is for the people to tune in.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't really...
Well, like for me personally, I don't know where it's going to be.
It doesn't... Yeah, that's... Wait, you mean you don't know what, like, the link or anything?
No. I don't know, like, where it's going to be, like, the concert.
Yeah, but do you know how to direct people to it? To watch it online?
No.
You don't?
I don't.
Oh my god, dude, you're terrible at this shouting out thing.
Yeah, well... I've never shouted out, so it's the first time for everything.
That's fair. Listen, when we have the actual details to shout out, we'll do a better shout out next time. But there you go. Maybe that'll whet your appetite for what he was talking about in general.
Andy, if you listen, sorry.
So another thing I wanted to bring up briefly, and it kind of segues. I mentioned about the live streams and stuff, how in 2011 Drake Bell did a Christmas live stream. There's a meme going around where he moved to Mexico. I just want to say real quick, he didn't. No,
Psych.
He didn't. So here's the thing. Since about 2007, 2008, he's been developing a very big Mexican audience. Like they just love him in Mexico. And listen, I've been following the dude since 2006 myself. So I mean, like, I've seen this progression, and I've seen how like so many people. There used to be, oh my god, I remember seeing like comments on YouTube videos and stuff where they were like, "Wow, it's so like unusual to see comments that are actually in English now." and that was like what 4 or 5 years ago, and now because like the diehard fans of his are generally Mexican, not all, but most of his fan base resides in Mexico, and for whatever reason they just like his music more. Whatever, more power to them. But anyway, but the meme is that he has a license in Mexico and he moved there. No, he still lives in California. He just goes to Mexico a lot, but he's doing well. He's living his best life, so it seems at least. He's living his dream. He even went and he learned Spanish. I think he took Rosetta Stone to learn Spanish, and he actually like speaks the language fluently and everything now. And like, good on you, bro. Like, good on you, man. This is like, one of, if not my biggest hero, or at least the guy that like inspired me originally. So like, it's cool to see him getting to do that in a way. And his music is going back to more of a. I think it's going back to more of a style that I and a lot of his like, I guess, older fans, for lack of a better way to put it, appreciate. We'll say. Would love to see him in more like movies and TV shows and stuff, but don't know when or if that'll happen at all anymore, to be honest. Anyway, but so that's. But I just wanted to make that little like thing. I pretty much done on the Elliot Page thing. There was something else I wanted to mention about it.
Christmas time.
Yes, we are on Christmas time. We are on Christmas time, in Christmas time, whatever. Yeah, we are. A lot of people, and you know what? That's a good segue, because a lot of people are currently decorating. So
yes, they are.
How's that going for you? Because as you can see in my apartment, I don't have any Christmas decorations up. I will be putting a wreath out on the door. I haven't gotten to that yet.
Wreath.
Listen, I don't.
Wow.
Listen. I live in an apartment. I don't have much space for anything.
No, it's alright.
And the Christmas tree I have, it's a desk Christmas tree, but
that just goes to show how very Christmassy Christian is.
I love wreath. The reality is, though, I love Christmas. But go on. I really love Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, my mom's already decorated the inside of the house with Christmas. Tomorrow, I'm joining her, and we're gonna go to Lowe's, and we're gonna get one of their Christmas trees, because she told me that the last Christmas tree we got was very brittle and very sharp. It was some southern tree that's very pricky. Forgot what it's called, but anyways, she said the trees at Lowe's are very soft. You can basically hug them. They're like really.
These are real trees.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she said they're only like $15. And so we're doing that tomorrow. And that's just about it for Christmas decorations.
Okay. What about like lights and stuff on the house?
Oh yeah. Came home last night and my mom had the coach lights, red and green. Lights going on. She has snowflakes hung on like the rafter area.
Yeah.
And then I think later on tonight I'm going over to her place and then constructing Frosty the Snowman blow up. And it's like a 9-foot tall blow up.
I get it. Yeah, totally.
Other than that, that's about it.
Wasn't that in the Christmas with the Cranks? They were like obsessed with them putting up the Frosty Snowman. Do you remember that? Do you remember that movie at all?
Yeah, a little bit. I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's not one of the best. I think it gets a bit of unnecessary hate, but it's a decent enough film, I would say.
Oh yeah.
It's a kind of cliche Christmas film, but it's the thing is though, and I think this is a good time to get into. You joke about my lack of Christmas decorations. However, the reality is, I love Christmas so fucking much.
Christmas is my all-time favorite holiday.
It's my favorite holiday. It's my favorite time of year. I love everything about it. I love the music. I love the decorations. I love everything. I love the movies, most of them. I love everything. I mean, like, fucking everything. I just I don't know. What I will tell you is what I'm really struggling now to do is to pick out a favorite Christmas song. There's too many. I always thought I had like a favorite, but now I'm just like, I don't know, man. There's just too many. I can't really pick a favorite. Mm-hmm. There are several. The funny thing is, though, a lot of I don't change the style of like music I listen to because it's Christmas time. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, I change the style. Like, I listen to Christmas music, but I listen to a lot of Christmas music that's still done by like bands and artists that I listen to. Like, I'm listening to like either like rock covers of Christmas songs, or the 2 Christmas songs that like All Time Low put out, or Newfound Glory just put out a Christmas song, and all these different songs. So I don't really change that. Reliant K has an amazing Christmas album. It's so good. It's called Let It Snow, Baby Let It Reindeer, which was released in 2007. Good, really good, great song though. Or great music in general. Just entire. I don't know. But I love Christmas. Like, I just. I do have a favorite Christmas movie. Do you have a favorite Christmas movie?
I do. It's actually the very first Christmas movie I saw, and I watch it now. Yeah. Like, actually a couple days ago I watched it. Just like, I want to see like how far like animation has gone from like I forgot. I think it was 1990 something or in the 2000s up until 2020. But Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
90s?
And the Island of Misfit Toys.
No. That was like 60s at the earliest.
Like I said, I forgot.
90s is not old, first of all. And that was like 60s at the earliest. Like, wow, that is... I was going to ask if it was one of the stop-motion Christmas movies, and it was.
Stop-motion?
Yeah, those are done with clay and stuff. Those are stop-motion films. That, Year Without a Santa Claus, Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
So it was...
What, 63 or something?
It was 2001.
What? Oh, you're talking about... Okay, right, because it was... I'm sorry, Rudolph...
You're so rude!
Well, the original Rudolph movies were in, like, the 60s or something. But yes, that's right. There was another one, which I think that was, like, CG or something, if I remember correctly. Yeah,
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
I remember finding out about
the
that.
Island of Misfit Toys. For some reason, that's a very special Christmas. It was the only Christmas movie I saw.
Really?
And
oh God, I used to watch Christmas movies all the time with my family. I don't really watch movies or stuff much in general now. Just I don't know. I just don't. I view it more as a social activity. And when I'm not with friends or family, I just don't really see much of a point. But my favorite Christmas movie, and I know people hate on this movie a lot, and I don't get it. I think it's because it's kind of creepy, but I love A Christmas Carol. Specifically, the one with the CG 2009 one with Jim Carrey. That is my favorite Christmas movie. And my reason for that being my favorite Christmas movie...
I didn't see that.
...is because it's... I love the redemption story and everything of Scrooge. And I just love, like, that concept of Scrooge.
I watched like the Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck.
Yeah, of course. Mickey Mouse's Christmas Carol. Yeah. That's good too. The other one I really liked growing up was Bah Humduck. That was actually what got me into
Bah Humduck.
Yeah, that's what actually got me into A Christmas Carol at first. That, and in 7th grade we read it in class, and I got like really into it just in general. Because like we read it, and then I was like, I want to know what happens next. We stopped at like at the end of chapter 1 or whatever, and they were, all right, next class. And I'm like, wait, but I want to know now, But it was and what I like about the 2009 one is how faithful it stayed to like the dialogue and stuff. How faithful it was to the original. So that was I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Christmas is my favorite time. Like I said, my top 4 is Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, 4th of July. But
yeah,
that's just me.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's all well and good. I still don't understand the love for Thanksgiving, but whatever. It is what it is. The other thing is, what was I? Oh yeah. So, so with Christmas being what it is, and all the candies and sweets and cookies and stuff everybody wants to make during Christmas time and have. Picked a really bad time of year to do this, but right before Thanksgiving, my dad tells me, he's like, I think I'm going to try going vegan, because I don't like all these pills and stuff I have to take and all these different things.
No Christmas cookies for you.
All right, tell you what, I'll give it a shot with you again, and we'll see how it goes. And I decided I'm going to do it with him in order to support him, which I've been doing, and it's going to be an interesting experience, I think, because, yeah, like you said, no Christmas cookies, and all right, no Christmas cookies or anything like that. I wouldn't say no Christmas cookies, because I'm sure there are plenty that you can make without milk.
I mean, you can make some vegan cookies.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Oreos, so Oreos are always completely vegan, so. I
mean,
have a lot of those.
I mean, hey, I tried vegan for like a week one time.
You have a week.
And it sucked really bad.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, and I was talking to my dad about this too, about how
sheesh.
I think you can do veganism, because he was talking about doing the paleo diet, or not paleo, keto instead. And I was like, I think knowing you, because he likes a lot of sweets and stuff, I think you could do veganism better than you could do anything else, because you can still have bread and different things. The idea of veganism is essentially you just don't have animal products. If it's got meat or dairy in it, so no cheese, no eggs, no anything like that, you're not supposed to have it. It depends on the reason you're doing it, mind you. I'm not doing it for ethical reasons. I'm doing it for health reasons. So is he. I mean, I still wear leather, so I'm not like But anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Again, and I told my dad, I'm like, you picked a really bad time of year to
yeah, you picked a terrible time, bro.
But fuck it, let's give it a shot. I'll do it with you. And
you gonna have a vegan Christmas?
Gonna have a vegan Christmas. Yes, I'm gonna manage it.
Okay.
I've mentioned to my mom that I'm giving it a try again, so I'm sure she'll figure out something for when I visit her for the holiday, for Christmas. So yeah, that is what it is.
Yeah, my friend loves the keto diet.
Oh, the keto diet, yeah.
Yeah, I tried one of his bars one time, a keto bar. It was like mint chocolate, something like that. It was not even a single lick of mint chocolate. It was terrible.
Is he in good shape?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
it's working for him.
Oh yeah,
that's good. It's working for him. Yeah, I don't know. I find that I don't know. I find if you season a lot of things the right way and you put the right kind of sauces. I'll tell you what the annoying thing is: finding out how many things that aren't vegan that you might think are, like honey mustard's got egg. Pretty much every dressing has eggs in it. Has some kind of eggs or something in it. So it's well, fuck. And yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So, but most things, if you season the right way, it's funny. For lunch today, I actually had, and I made sure that the hot dog bun didn't have milk or anything in it. But I had a hot dog. They make so one of the cool things is they do make a lot of plant-based meat as well. They have these vegan-based hot dogs and different stuff. I haven't gotten one of those yet. But what I did do for lunch today was I had a hot dog bun with I put barbecue sauce on it, and I sprinkled some kind of burger seasoning or something, steak seasoning on it.
Okay.
And it tasted good. And I ate it like I would a normal hot dog, and it was It tastes good. Yeah,
Good.
it was good. So, but I have found that, yeah, if you season or sauce things the right way, you can get a lot of things to taste like I like buffalo wings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can take.
Sorry, people. That's
We interrupt this message to bring you a car horn, apparently. Anyway, so if you want to have so if you want to have like chicken, you can season chicken with, you can season cauliflower. You can take cauliflower. That's what I do, and you can season it with well, you can bread it if you want, but I'm not getting into all that. I just season it with chicken seasoning. And put hot sauce on it, and bada bing, bada boom. I pretty much got buffalo wings.
there you go, man.
So it works for me at least. And I really like Oreos. So, and I do like chocolate chip cookies and other things like that have milk and stuff in them. But I can be fine with just having Oreos and stuff. And the thing is too, I don't have to swear off having any of this like ever again. It's just most of my diet is going to be plant based. Like every now and then I might have like something that isn't plant-based, but most of the time I'm going to stick to a plant. As I'm doing it as an actual diet right now, I am going to stick to plant-based specifically. But once I've gotten to a better state and different stuff, then I'll just do plant-based most of the time, and then every now and then, sure, I'll have something that has milk in it, or I'll have, but yeah, I'm just, for the majority of my diet, I want to...
Yeah, I'm, a lot of my taste buds are starting to mature.
How so?
Like really mature, like all the meals that I've eaten before 2020 I now don't like.
Like what?
Like my friend today waking up, I woke up around like 10:50, 11 o'clock.
Fucking dog.
Yeah,
By the way, real quick, I just have to point out, I've been working from home because of the pandemic for the past, 9 months or whatever. Oh, Jesus, fuck, 9 months. But anyway, I've every fucking day, this dog, is, making noise and shit, and I do, over the phone work, customer, tech support and stuff. So every day, fucking having to, mute my mic and shit so people don't hear the dog, and then I got these neighbors that are always outside causing racket and being annoying, but it is what it is.
Oh yeah. And yeah, so my friend, he's like, bro, I'm about to go over to Christo's, and Christo's, I don't know if you know what Christo's is, but it's a
Is it Italian?
Yeah, it's a full, just authentic, authentic, and it's a dad and son restaurant, and he's like, bro, I'm about to get you your favorite. You want me to bring it over? I'm like, what? And he's like, bro, I'm about to get you some lunch. You want some spaghetti and meatballs? I'm like, yeah, sure. So, food came, and he came over, and, I'm eating it. And, the second bite, no lie, I'm like, this is nasty. I don't like this. And, I called him up, like, bro, did you do something to the spaghetti? And he's like, no, I literally just got it from Christo's in the bag and brought it to you. And I'm like, wow. And he's like, well, what's the big deal? And I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like spaghetti and meatballs anymore. And he's like, what? I'm like, dude, I don't like spaghetti and meatballs. He's like, oh, bro, that's so crazy. I'm like, I mean, I guess, because all my life I've, that's my go-to dinner, spaghetti and meatballs.
Interesting.
Boom, done.
Huh.
But in substitution of the red sauce, I put white sauce, Alfredo sauce. And, yeah, so
I don't understand you people that do that, by the way.
Oh, I love it.
I really don't.
Alfredo sauce is so good.
Alfredo sauce is fine.
Uh-huh.
I much prefer red sauce, as it's called, marinara sauce. But that's one of the cool things, because I can still have spaghetti. I just can't have cheese or meat in it. I can have spaghetti and marinara sauce. I just can't have meatballs. I can't have meat sauce. I can have chili. I just can't have beans in chili. I can do all these different kinds of things. And and the thing is, like, you couldn't have, because you're not supposed to have carbs with like a keto diet. So you couldn't have spaghetti, you couldn't have bread, you couldn't, So I noticed, like, the more I tried doing this stuff, the more I'm like, I think it'd be easier to do veganism than any other, at least for me. Because another cool thing you can do, I like doing this, is you can get pizza. And I can just have it without cheese. Just order it without cheese and without any meat. And then I can also, what I do is I take garlic powder and I put it in place of the cheese. Okay. It works. It's good. I like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have been going on these diets. I've been like, well, I like pizza and I can't have bread or I don't want bread.
Right.
And crust, yada. I'm like, just get cauliflower crust.
Yeah, no, cauliflower crust is fine, but also, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Whatever kind of diet, and this is one of the reasons I like veganism too, it's the easiest one to do if you're lazy. Because I can take just a bag of, and cheap. If you do it in a certain, it doesn't have to be super pricey. Because I'll get, like, just a bag of mixed vegetables, like, it's called California mix or something. Yeah. They have, like, broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, all this different stuff. I'll get a mix of that, and I'll just fucking put seasoning and some kind of sauce on it or something, or just seasoning, and bada bing, bada boom. It's like I'm eating, well, it's not exactly like I'm eating, a meat or something, but, yeah. Or I can take, like, they have, like, Impossible Burgers and stuff at, Burger King and all these other different places. But another thing you can easily do is just remove the meat and cheese from a burger, and you're pretty much eating the same thing. Because the reality is, the flavor in most things that I've noticed, it's not in the meat itself, but it's in, like, what it's paired with. So that's, I don't know. There's don't get me wrong. There are certain things that I will definitely miss, because I enjoy meat. I do. I like meat in general. But I think it's, easy enough to give up, and with the, I don't know. I just,
hey man,
give it another shot.
Hey man, it's not for everyone, because a lot of people are like, oh, well, I gotta do this and gotta do that, gotta do this, and turns out a week later they don't like it, and I'm like, well, you don't have to do it. I
should clarify, by the way. I would say the easiest, actually, is probably vegetarianism. If you're gonna, like, do any of them and, like, give up something, because there's a lot more. It's a lot easier to just stop eating meat than it is to stop eating animal products altogether. Because, literally all you're doing is just not eating meat. Like, you can still have milk and eggs and all the other different things, you just don't eat meat.
Yeah.
So, but with veganism, you don't eat any of that. That's what makes it more difficult. But, so that's why, like, I've given up coffee and stuff, because I can't have coffee without milk in it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, for me, I've actually rekindled my desire to eat more healthy.
Well, you're trying to do, like, chicken and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Lean meats.
I love chicken. Is great.
Right.
And so my thing is, I used to drink a lot of coffee. Like, I think I used to drink, like, 4 cups a day. And when I mean cups, I mean, like, big cups.
Yeah.
Like width and height big cups. Like, an unnecessary amount. And so what I've done now is just drink 1 cup of coffee, 1 regular sized mug of coffee once a day, and then, like, 10 cups of water.
Yeah.
10 glasses of water.
It's funny because I've heard mixed things on the, like, oh, you should drink a gallon of water a day kind of concept. I've heard mixed things on that. So, but anyway, go on.
And there are some people, like, the gallons of water, they actually get a gallon of water and carry it around with them all day.
Yeah, I know something like that.
And it's just, they pop it open.
Yeah, I used to think only athletes did it, but I know someone who actually works with me with my desk job, and he does the same thing. I'm like, oh, okay, well, cool.
It's like, oh shoot.
I have a bottle with me all day, so I guess it's not really much of a difference.
Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's my jug.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Drinking 1 cup of coffee a day. I already had my cup of coffee.
Okay.
It was fantastic. And then I've drank so far 5 cups or 5 glasses of water.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then obviously love chicken. That's literally for like meat.
Mm-hmm.
Not really the only thing, but that's like the main meat source that I buy, whether it be Publix, Walmart, is meat. So, a topic that was really popular, not really back in the day, but a while ago. Do you shop at Walmart or Publix?
So, for the record, we live in Florida.
Exactly.
That's why that question is there. Okay, so this is, and I know some people are like really like
Publix is
loyal about this.
Like Publix is for the clean.
Yeah, or people people are really like snobby
like
also.
Ratchet people
So,
go to Walmart. Like
so this is actually my like routine. I was shopping for a while. I was actually only shopping at Publix because it's right across my street.
There you go.
And it's like really easy, but like it's super expensive.
Oh.
And I realized more and more. I was like, you know what? I don't want to keep shopping at Publix all the time. So what I did instead, I went back to what I used to do when I first moved out and didn't have as much money. I shop at Dollar Tree for most of my groceries, and whenever I can't get at Dollar Tree, I go to Walmart.
Okay.
Now, and something I've found, by the way, you can do this with a lot of different places, right? You can get this is something I realized as to why it would be easy to do veganism. You can take meals that have like beef or chicken or whatever and just remove that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's what I've been doing, and that that's simple enough. I was too restrictive with myself when I first did it, I think, because I would like only eat like mixed vegetables and season it and stuff, but I was like not having like pastas and different things. Not like I was actively avoiding them, but there were a lot of things that I was like, oh, that was prepared with meat, or that was whatever, I can't have that one. Now I'm just like, no, I can, because like, and this is apparently a joke, I guess, in the vegan community or whatever, or vegetarian, that like eggplant is a common meat substitute. But I remember because you can have like eggplant parmesan, for example. I had that a couple years ago, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
And what I found is like, yeah, I can do like a eggplant. And what I realized is I can like have eggplant in place of like a meat snack. And I know that sounds weird, but like
just chowing down on meat.
Because like I'll get like things of salami. I love salami, and I'll get like the little like containers, and I'll just snack on salami. So now I've just replaced that with snacking on eggplant. What I want to do is I do want to get marinara sauce, and so I like want to like mix that together and so it has that more like Italian taste to it as salami does. It's not going to be the same, obviously. It's going to taste like a marinara sauce because that's what it is. But I don't know. So I'm experimenting with different things, and I'm trying new stuff, and see what works for me, what doesn't.
Yeah, no, actually a long time ago, and I'm definitely gonna bring it back because I forgot how tasty it is. Plus, really, really healthy for you. Is I'd get salami, sometimes bologna. If I was in the mood, but mainly salami. Get salami. Whatever cheese I would be in the mood for.
Sure.
Lettuce and tomato slices. And I'd basically stack them on top of each other and roll it up. And just snack on that.
So, I'm going to tell you right now, that's not nearly as healthy as you think it is. The reason is because, and listen, again, I love salami, but I can definitely admit it's not a healthy snack. It's not a healthy meat in general. It's not the worst, but pork and red...
it's better what I used to do as a little kid. Get frosting, scoop it up with a spoon and start eating the whole container.
I really don't know where I stand on things like that now, because like now
with peanut butter I'll do that. I'll just get a plastic spoon, a little jar of the glorious Reese's peanut butter cup peanut butter, and just pop that sucker out, snack on that.
They have peanut butter cup peanut butter? What does that have? Little like peanut Reese's pieces in it or something?
No, it's like Reese's peanut butter. as like the
You mean like the peanut butter they use in the... Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like legit Reese's peanut butter, but it's in a peanut butter.
So it's just peanut butter.
Yeah, but it's
okay.
Reese's. Reese's.
I'm sure all peanut butter is the same. You're gonna get a hate comment.
No, wrong, because you got Chunky, which is
no.
gross.
I mean the brands. I mean the brands.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. This is like when people debate the difference between like Coke versus Pepsi.
It's like I don't drink either of those, so I can't do it really.
See, I like them both, but what I prefer is RC Cola.
So I actually don't drink soda, right? Like I haven't drank soda in a long time.
No, you drink beer and eat Oreos. Every time this man comes over to my house, he'll if he ever stays over for the weekend or whatever, he'll have fucking. I'll get up the next morning and I'm gonna get breakfast and like, you want anything? Oh no, I'm good. Fucking sitting with a bottle of beer and snacking on it. It's like, what the fuck? All right, whatever.
No, but yeah, I honestly, in a long time, haven't drank any soda.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the two sodas that I'll kind of switch on and off between would be root beer and Dr. Pepper. Mainly root beer because a lot of people that I've met and that drink soda, they're like, root beer, Dr. Pepper's gross. It tastes like cough medicine. And I've like, it's why it's not like drinking cough syrup. And then
not at all.
And then last time I did drink Dr. Pepper, I kind of was like, it actually does kind of taste a little bit like cough syrup, just a tad bit. But
I don't know. I quite like Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper, cherry cola, any of that stuff. That is my favorite soda. My brand wise, I guess I think I prefer Pepsi over Coke, brand wise, because like with Pepsi you get Mountain Dew, you get Sprite. Wait, is Sprite might be no. Pepsi has 7-Up. Sprite is Coke. You get all these different.
Yeah.
I just tend to prefer Pepsi, and I do like Pepsi better than Coke. I know some people think that's sacrilegious, but I just prefer it. It's sweeter. Yeah. I like it better.
Now,
but
when me and my brother were young, our dad used to take us all the time, like I told you before, to Cece's Pizza.
Yes.
Let's go, baby. Talk to me nice. But my go-to would be the cheese pizza and Sprite.
Yep. Yeah.
That would be the only time I'd ever drink Sprite was when I would be at Cece's eating pizza.
Not a fan of cheese pizza though, I gotta say.
So like right now, like if someone, hey, you want a Sprite? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Just whenever I'm at Cece's, like Sprite is for me, Sprite is the soda to go with the pizza.
Yeah, I get that. So you mentioned about like, I don't know, different like meats and things that you have thought of in like, healthy and better than frosting and when you were a kid and all that stuff. So something I wanted to point out, I've seen a bunch of research on this and there's several documentaries and all this stuff about how like the reality is that sugar and other things like that aren't nearly as bad for you as the meat and stuff. And so like, for example, it's possible, actually, according to this research, I would say the frosting was probably healthier than the other stuff you had, because it's this idea that like, so basically what it comes down to.
The other stuff I had, by the way, was cheese sticks.
Right.
And fish sticks.
But you mentioned like taking all this meat and cheese and wrapping it up together with tomatoes, which I've also heard are not good because of the acidity. But I'm not sure on that either. But what I do know, one of the very important things is that. So, apparently, humans in general, well, no animal is really supposed to have milk from a species other than that of their own. The idea is you have milk when you're a baby, from your mother typically, but maybe not even necessarily from your mother, but from your species at least, something like that. And then you get weaned off of it and you're not really supposed to have milk. The idea is that humans in general aren't really supposed to have milk or dairy products. Now, of course, people do. People have milk. People milk cows. People, all this different stuff. But the idea is that we're not really supposed to. Once you're off of milk from your own species, you're not really supposed to have any other kind of milk. That's also why people tend to be lactose intolerant, especially in more Asian cultures where it's not as common to have milk. Mm-hmm. They tend to be more lactose intolerant as well, I've heard. So, like I said, I haven't done any hard research on this, but what I have seen is pretty good. And my whole reason for wanting to do really any kind of diet or cutting out meat and animal products and all that is, for me, I want to be able to look good and stay in good shape and be healthy without exercise, because I don't like exercise. Mm-hmm. I don't. The only kind of, I enjoy walking and hiking, especially with other people, but I don't enjoy, I guess, the idea of having to do exercise. Mm-hmm. Where I'm like, okay, I have to make this part of my routine, because I don't know, to me it's like, for all the time I could be exercising, I could also be doing something else I want to do instead, Mm-hmm. So I don't know, but so that's my big thing as to why I want to do that. And I have said this before too. So I was talking to my dad about this, because he had mentioned, he was like, well, you don't want to do this for health reasons. I was like, well, I do, but the thing is, I'm pretty healthy overall. Mm-hmm. For me, my mental health, not that great, but I'm working on it, so I'm in therapy. But overall, physically, I'm a pretty healthy person. If I didn't care so much about my image, mm-hmm. I wouldn't care about exercising or I wouldn't care about fitness, I should say, about dieting or any of that, about any of that kind of stuff. But mm-hmm. I care about my image, and I'm not terrible, but I'm not at the weight and appearance that I would like to be. Mm-hmm. So I want to, slim down and yeah, mm-hmm. That's just how I am.
Yeah, no, I've been kind of bringing back a lot of the stuff that I used to do that was going really, really well, and but for some reason just kind of.
It's easy to fall out of things.
Oh yeah,
it's really easy to fall out of habits.
And what I really used to do is I used to watch documentaries.
Yep,
and,
love that shit.
And especially because I'm a people person. I love to spend time with people.
Yep.
I love to find out, hey, who are you, yada yada yada, and especially from really famous people, right? Just to see, because let's say George Clooney, mm-hmm. I don't know what he does, on a normal weekday, does he, right? I don't know what he does, and so this past weekend I was over at my dad's chilling. I woke up. And this thought came to my head, hey, I really want to get back into what I used to do, watch documentaries and all that kind of stuff. And I looked on Netflix, and I'm looking through documentaries. And my second comedian, I only have two favorite comedians. One is Preacher Lawson, funny as crap, hilarious, family friendly. He kind of does a little bit of dirty jokes here and there. But for the most part, he's family friendly. And then my second favorite my second favorite comedian is Kevin Hart. He's also funny.
He had that good special that just came out.
Yes.
I've seen a few clips from it.
Don't
I haven't
have
seen the whole thing.
It is. Or no, that was the comedy. I forgot what it's called, but it's where he's in his living room.
Yeah.
That's funny as crap.
Yeah, it does. It was good from what I
mm-hmm.
saw.
And he's obviously an actor, and he has a deal with Nike and all that kind of jazz, famous people stuff. But he has this documentary. I think it's
Is it Zero Fucks Given?
No, it's Don't Fuck This Up. It's I think it's
No. Kevin Hart, Zero Fucks Given, official trailer, Netflix stand-up. That was November 13th, and this is where he's wearing the same shirt he was wearing in the clips that I saw. Yeah, it's Zero Fucks Given. It's got the one where everyone's wearing the masks and he's in his living room. Yeah, Kevin Hart, Zero Fucks Given.
That was the comedy, but I'm talking about a documentary of his life.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah. No, it's called Don't F This Up,
huh.
And I think it's 6 or 7 episodes long.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't
fuck
9.
This Up.
really fascinating.
Last year.
I think.
Oh.
Like you got to see his place, you know, his multiple jobs, obviously, and he's very into like the mentality of like, you know, if you got a dream, go for it. Like don't like, you know, he's just really cool. And so I watched it, the whole 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wish there was more. This is awesome
Mm-hmm.
because you got to see what his personal life is like. You got to see like what he does on a weekday.
Definitely.
Monday through Friday. Well, Monday through Sunday. But yeah, it's just cool. And like I said before, at the end I was like, I want more. Like you know, I want more. So yeah, that, and then, you know, like I said before, I've gotten into podcasts. We're doing it right now. What do you know?
No, really? Shit, is this being recorded? Fuck.
I think it is.
Well, it's funny you mentioned favorite comedians, because mine are, well, yeah, I think my favorite comedian now is probably, so there was this duo in which came from Canada called Sammy J and Randy, where they did like these comedic songs and stuff. One was this guy, and then one was this puppet character. It was actually really well done. But anyway, so there's like, I don't know if they still do work together or not, but there's also this character of just Randy called Randy Feltface. He is probably my favorite comedian. And then after him, I would have to say, John Mulaney. John Mulaney.
He's pretty funny too.
The more that I see of Dave Chappelle, the more that I like of his work. And I don't know if Nikki Glaser. Fucking love Nikki Glaser. She's amazing. Oh, she's such a good, she's so funny. Mm-hmm. And she's like Amy Schumer done right. You know, like, she's like Amy Schumer's comedy done better. Done well, because, like, Amy Schumer's kind of shit and steals jokes and stuff. Because Nikki has that, like, yeah, she's talking about her femininity and sexual things and different stuff. A lot of dirty jokes and stuff. Fucking love that shit. But the tagline isn't "I have a pussy," or the punchline isn't I have a pussy, like fucking Amy Schumer's is, you know. So like, but no, Nikki Glaser's fucking, she kills like everything that I've seen her in, and apart from those guys, I don't know. I don't really have.
You know, those are yours. My favorite, obviously, Preacher. He's he's hilarious.
Josh Johnson is really good. He does a lot of stand-up on Comedy Central. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but there's so many that that I'll see from time to time. I'm like, oh yeah, I like their work. They're pretty good. Oh, there was that one girl I showed you. I think I showed it to you. The woman who, she was a teacher. She's a stand-up comedian. Let me find comedian.
Yeah, Preacher. Gosh, I actually think, between those two, if I had to choose one to listen to forever, I think I would do Preacher Lawson. I'm pretty sure I would, because he's I've literally watched like his work from like little bars and whatnot to like the big stages. He is a funny dude. Like, I remember the first time I watched one of his bits, man, and this was while I was in college at my desk doing some work. I literally laughed. I laughed so hard. And, you know, it was a good belly laugh. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's like chuckles and, you know, you know, that kind of stuff. But
definitely.
But my thing is, like, if I have a belly laugh, that's when you're like at the top of your game. And he, like I said, I was in college, just doing some homework. Man, I watched a little bit because one of my friends was like, yo, you know, if you want to laugh today, you know, go check out Preacher Lawson on YouTube, yada yada. Checked it out. I belly laughed the whole time. I think it was like an hour. It was so funny. And my roommates came over and like, hey man, you know, what are you laughing about? I'm like, bro, yo, check this out. So I rewinded the whole hour show. to the first part, and our dorm room was a room full of belly laughs. One person actually knocked on our door, and he was like, "Yo, like, you guys are too loud. I'm trying to sleep." He's just great. And now Kevin Hart, he's more of like, not really like, he does a lot of dirty jokes, but he's more on like the real life funniness, like one of these things is actually in that new special that he has. People are chanting bop bop bop.
See, I thought people were saying wop at some point. I was like,
bop.
what?
And he's like, the hell is bop?
Yeah, what
and
is...
it's brick oven pizza.
What? Okay, why?
You would have to watch.
Right,
the whole
I'll
thing.
watch the.
But
yeah,
it's Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay.
Comes over and he's like, "Oh, I have a special surprise for everyone: brick oven pizza, brick oven B-O-P,
yeah,
bop."
sure.
And it was like bop bop because they want the pizza, bop bop bop. And he's like, "The hell's bop?" And people are still chanting bop. And he's like, "Can someone tell me what bop is?" And someone's like, "Bro, it's brick oven pizza." And he's like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, it's
That's
funny.
the joke? It's probably funnier when he says it.
It's hilarious when he says that. I mean, I know for one thing, I was not given the gift of comedy.
Yeah.
At all.
I know what you mean.
I mean,
I found what I was trying to talk about.
Sometimes I try to make people laugh, but that just kind of goes not really according to plan, but it's alright.
So I'm subscribed to Comedy Central, which is why I see a lot of different comedians on there and stuff. The one I was thinking of, specifically, it's Amy Silverberg. She did this great bit about when your student writes a story about having sex with you. It was a very interesting. Yeah, it was a really interesting bit where she talks about like, I don't know. I don't remember all the details, but it's a really funny like bit in general that she tells a story and stuff about how like, I don't know. I'm not gonna try to tell a joke like you did, Phil.
Yeah.
But it's funny. I don't know. I like a lot of different comedians I'll see from, but I don't normally like follow a comedian like how I do artists and stuff. Otherwise, maybe I should start. But I haven't so far.
I think I've been following a couple of. I've been definitely following some artists. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And I think I am following a preacher. I think I'm gonna have to check on that later.
Yeah. But anyway, I think we're pretty good like time wise and stuff for today.
Okay.
It's not really.
Sweet.
I don't know. There's not really a way to like kind of organically end all this. There was something I wanted to say eons ago, but I completely forgot what it was. Many moons ago. Yeah. I don't know. I think we're at a point where we don't want this to go too long and everything. We'll have yet another episode next week. We are trying to have a consistent schedule of this being on Mondays now.
Yes.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes. As always, guys, like this if you like. If you don't, I hope you find something you do like. And any last words from you, Jordan?
If it's dinner time, go make some bop.
Brick oven pizza.
Yes. Go make some bop. And while you make the bop, chant bop. Because that'll probably make you feel better. Probably not, but, I'm strange. I'm a strange individual.
It's okay. It's how you are. Yeah. Wouldn't want you any other way.
But, yeah, stay safe, stay healthy. It's Christmas time, so hopefully y'all...
That does remind me. Sorry, real quick. So we both celebrate Christmas, of course. We're fully aware that there are plenty of other holidays people celebrate. So this is the one time I will say, whatever you celebrate, happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays.
But we specifically are going to talk about Christmas moving forward. Go on.
Yes. Happy holidays. Be safe. Drive safe. I think you know what else I'm going to say. It refers to a thing called a mask. Wear a mask.
I don't think you've ever said that.
I think this is actually the first time I've said it.
It's funny, this is like your tagline at like the end of every episode. It's like your sign-off.
Wear a mask.
It's like your sign-off. And yet, eventually, hopefully, there will come a time where you don't have to tell people that anymore. You're gonna have a new sign off.
And then when that time comes, I will definitely say, and people,
new catchphrase.
don't wear a mask. Free fall.
Enjoy life. But when we get to that point, that'll be great. Until then, we're not there yet. So anyway, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Tell your friends. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Any questions, comments, concerns, whatever. And we'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Later.
Peace.